All right, I think I am live. I'm not sure, so I'm going to check, see how this works, right? So, you guys know me. If you're a subscriber of mine, I'm pretty transparent. So I am trying this, and I'm really not expecting anybody to be here, just because I don't have the community tab yet. And I've talked to It's Brick Glow, and it's like a review process. So hopefully, eventually, I will have the community tab and be able to let you guys know when I'm going to go live. So today, I'm just getting ready. My husband and I are going to maybe go do something. So I'm going to get ready, and I want to do a laid back get ready with me for you guys. If anybody comes in, if anybody in here, can you tell me if you can actually hear me? I don't have the ability, because my channel's still in review, I don't have the ability to stream from my phone. So I'm literally streaming from a laptop. So I'm trying to pull it up on my phone, but I'm struggling. So I don't even know if I'm actually live. This is crazy. I think most people have a little bit better sense of what being live is like than I do. Okay, thank you, Susie. I appreciate it. So today I'm going to take these out then. I was trying to find my channel to see if my audio was working, but I got confirmation. So I hope you guys are having a good day. I know it's Saturday, and like I said, I know I didn't plan this or anything. Unfortunately, until I have the community tab, if I go live, it's just going to be random, and that's okay with me. If you're here, you know I'm not here for anything other than to kind of chat with you guys and build a community and go from there. I'm a little bit nervous because this is really a lot weirder to me than filming videos, but that's okay. I am going to be getting ready. If you've seen any of my other makeup videos, I don't really talk about products. If that's something you guys want me to do while I do this, just let me know in the comments. And I'm probably going to be looking all over the place because I have, if I could show you guys the setup I have, you guys are on a Sephora box on my vanity. So I have a mirror behind you and a mirror next to me. We'll just see how it goes. But a lot of why I wanted to go live was because I really wanted to thank anybody who happened to pop in, or any of my subscribers who may rewatch this. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. I never thought I would ever get to this point. It seemed crazy when I hit, just 50 people, and then it's just gone up since there, especially since I'm newer. Like, I really thought it would take a long time for me to get any kind of traction, especially with some of the stuff I talk about. So I really do appreciate you guys. I know a lot of YouTubers say that, and it feels at times like it's falling on deaf ears, but you guys mean so much. And I'm hoping that with being able to do lives and stuff like that moving forward, I'll be able to build a good relationship with you guys. I try to comment to everybody on my videos, and I know I've been the type of subscriber who just watches, who doesn't really want to put my opinion in for others to judge. So I want to thank anybody who's ever, commented or interacted with me, whether it's been in agreeing with me in something, or even if you're disagreeing with me, I still try to have, that conversation with you. It would be a boring world if everybody thought the same and agreed the same. So I know there's a couple of you in here. If there's anything that you guys want to talk about, let me know. Otherwise, I'm probably just going to talk about some other things. I know, in case somebody watches this in review, there are people who really want to see my part 2 of my haunted house. That should be up, if not tomorrow, on Monday. It took me a long time because I was trying to figure out if I could get the pieces in the video. And as you guys have heard me say in multiple videos, that's just I'm not good at this YouTube stuff. And I'm not like computer illiterate. I promise I'm not. But when it comes to like filming and editing and things of that nature, I have no idea what I'm doing. I keep trying to practice to get better, but I feel like I'm stalled out. So I'm probably going to, if I can't figure it out, I'm probably going to reach out to somebody to see if they'll help me figure everything out, because I want to have good quality for you guys. I don't want to keep having like mediocre quality. People don't always want to stick around for that, and I understand that. So I'm working on it, and I appreciate you guys just kind of like letting me work through all my issues and figure everything out. But have you guys seen or heard, I'm sure you have, especially if you're watching this for any type of beauty related stuff or other people on YouTube, all the Tana Mojo apology. Did you guys watch that video? I started to watch it. Was it last night? I didn't even know she had posted it. I kind of went offline for a couple of days. I just have a lot going on in my personal life, so I don't always have the ability with working and everything to dedicate everything to my YouTube channel or keeping up with what's new. So I found out about it yesterday, and I watched almost all of it, but I got to a point where I couldn't watch it anymore, and I started watching other people's reviews of it. I watched Smokey Glow's commentary on it, which was a good one. It was definitely Mr. Giraffe. It was like a Jeffree Star apology. I 100% agree. It was stating that she was taking accountability, but in no way did she take any kind of accountability. In no way did she actually like address anything. Like, she blanketed everything, and that really bugs me for these YouTubers who are problematic, or TikTokers, any kind of social media influencer. When they are problematic and then they try to save face, and that's literally all it is, in my opinion, is them just trying to maintain the audience that they have by providing somewhat of what they assume is an apology, which isn't written by them. It's written by their PR team. It's just insane to me. And the only thing I can really think of is, like, it's kind of been talked about over and over again that some of these larger creators who are problematic, have really young audiences. And you can't help somebody who's maybe 15 or 16 who's watching that to understand why older people are not happy with that apology. She has so much more to apologize for. And then what happened with Keem and his video that he made and her agreeing with him, it's just insane to me. Oh, I know that she was saying she was going to drop this apology for like 3 months, and it was half-assed, in my opinion. I'm sorry, I curse a lot, so that's going to be something I'm going to have to work on when I'm online live. Yeah, no, she's somebody that I have never actually like been a fan of or have ever been able to watch her videos. It may be because I've always kind of been older than her and fall out of that demographic that would find her content interesting. But I tried to watch that apology. Like I said, I got about halfway through, and then I was like, you're not even saying anything here at all. She wasn't saying anything. She was reading. It was very obvious to most people that she was reading some kind of script, not just due to like the jump cuts and stuff, but she was moving her hands and her body and her head a lot to me, which was just indicating that she was reading something and trying to make it seem like she wasn't. She's just a pathological liar at this point. And I kind of agree with Smokey Glow in the sense that I think she is not taking her YouTube career as seriously anymore because she has other sources of income, and she doesn't think that her YouTube income is worth anything at this point, if that makes any sense. So I really am not a fan of her. I don't get mad about her. She's a person I don't get mad about, but I can't stand her and everything that she does. The Jake Paul drama, are you talking about when they faked their marriage? Yeah, that was. I've always watched YouTube. I've been a hardcore YouTube like subscriber and watcher for like 7 or 8 years. I was older when I got into watching YouTube. I was probably like 21, 22 is when I really started to watch YouTube. I don't really think I knew what it was before then, to be quite honest with you guys. I was one of those people who didn't have a cell phone until I was 18. So I was like delayed in everything. I was delayed into getting into social media. I was delayed into getting into like texting being like the main form of communication, which drives me insane. And I think that has to do, again, more with my age than anything. Like, I really would prefer to pick up the phone and have a conversation with somebody rather than text them. But I get the convenience of texting, and I text to like get short messages across. But anyways, that's a side rant. So there's all this stuff with Tana. I was going to make a video, but I'm probably not going to, since I'm here and chatting with you guys about it. I'll probably upload this afterwards. But I was going to talk about Tana. I was going to do some updates on the Sophie story. And then there was one other topic I wanted to talk about. What was the other one? Oh, yeah. This one's a sore subject, so I'll talk about it here, and if I feel uncomfortable, I might not post this later. It's about Eugenia Cooney. And I'm not really going to focus on the main issue at hand, which everybody has concerns about. I agree. I have those concerns as well. I think most people do. But what has been going on for information lately in regards to her is her moderators. And there's been a lot of videos made about it. I'm probably like the last commentary channel to jump on the train and discuss it. Have you guys seen anything about her moderators and the drama? And really, it shouldn't even be called drama because it's real life stuff. It's scary. I know there's not many of you guys here. So for anybody who hasn't been caught up to that or know what's going on with her, there's been a couple of her supporters or previous supporters coming out and saying that a couple of Eugenia's mods have been inappropriate in grooming them. And I know it's primarily been a lot of the information is coming from one individual from what I have seen from all the videos I've watched. But still, like, it doesn't need to be more than one person. And there's information to suggest that Eugenia was told about it, was informed about it, knew it was happening, and really didn't react the way that you would anticipate somebody who cares about their young audience to act. And I don't mean that in saying like she doesn't care about her young audience, because I do think she cares. Nobody's happy with how that situation has gone. And there's clips of her during some of her Twitch streams, saying that them mentioning something about these predatory people being mods, and her just saying, oh, well, it has nothing to do with me and they're sweet people. That I have an issue with. Yes, exactly. Even on stream, she let it slide. That's just, in my opinion, and this probably is not a popular opinion, maybe it is and I just don't know. Nobody's talked about this really. In my opinion, if you can have a big enough fan base, if you can make money from your viewers, no matter what stage you're at, you have a responsibility to everybody in your community. And I'm sure you guys have seen, as well as other people have, especially in the past when people were more open about their YouTube and like their analytics and stuff like that. In our analytics, we see what demographic we have, like what age demographic primarily watches our YouTube, what gender primarily watches our YouTube. Like we have access to that information. My demographic is older. It's more around my age, like 25 to like 50 is my demographic. And I'm fine with that. I think that makes sense for the kind of content I post. But for somebody like her who is just like live streaming and doing games and just chatting, she is likely, especially the way that she dresses and she portrays herself, she is likely to have a younger audience, and she has to know that. If you know you have a young audience, you cannot be allowing these young people to be preyed upon. It is your responsibility. I don't care. You are the one who puts those people in a mod position. If you ever, for any creator, they should have a policy for themselves. Like, you are your own brand, you are your own business. So, like, for an analogy reason, let's take a restaurant. You have a waiter who treats you poorly. You're going to tell that boss, this waiter treated you poorly, and get a different waiter. Or if say for a coworker, this may make better sense. So you have a coworker and they are inappropriate, make either an inappropriate slur or they touch another coworker inappropriately, and it's brought to the boss's attention. That individual is more than likely going to be put on leave until an investigation is ran. That is something she should do. She shouldn't just allow them to continue to prey upon her young viewers. So when I get on a rant, if I read anything, I'll get sidetracked. So yeah, Jay, I was talking about her. And, you know, that conversation can keep going. I'm not going to, I just want to read what you guys said. Yeah, I saw that, Jay. That's kind of what I'm talking about. These younger subscribers of hers, or I don't know what they're called, fans. I don't care what people call it. I mean, I'd prefer to call you guys like friends or something like that. Fans or subscribers seems weird. Doesn't seem like there's any connection there, and I want to have that connection with you guys. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Draft. I do, that she, you know, she thinks that because her audience is young, they may not be aware and are able to idolize her. I think that's what you mean by that. I totally can see that. And she portrays herself as being young. I don't know. I've never really kind of watched her, and it has nothing to do with her health issues or anything like that. The way she talks drives me insane. I don't know about you guys, and I think that's because, you know, she does have a younger demographic. The constant, and I know I say a lot, but like, to me, it is her struggling to put together sentences. And I know, like I said, I'm not saying I don't say or other people don't say or we don't stall and not say anything. That happens to every creator. But it's like every time she's trying to answer a question, it's like a stall out. And I understand that could potentially be related to her illness. And I don't want to judge that because it's something nobody should be judging. But I can't stand watching her because of that. It's like not a linear conversation. That bothers me. I am not sure who you're talking about, Melly Lynn. I think you're trying to talk about Karen, and I wasn't talking about, we can talk about Karen, but I was talking about Eugenia and her fans and the concerns with her moderators. Yes, you know, Jay, I saw that. I was watching a lot of videos on this Eugenia stuff, and it kind of became a little bit evident that some of these mods that were being accused of this behavior were tipping her a lot of money. And that's a concern to me. Like, if you're going to put monetary gain over the safety of children in your audience, that's a problem. Like, that's when these companies like YouTube, Twitch, whatever it is, need to step in. They need to come in and like have policies in place to like suspend people from tipping and stuff like that. That sounds bad, but if you are using your YouTube or your Twitch as your only financial means and somebody's giving you $500, it's kind of a shitty thing, but I'm sure people do, like Eugenia has, look away. And I don't know if with Eugenia, if it's like a maturity thing, if she lacks maturity. That's kind of what I'm trying to decipher. Like I said, I've never watched her, so I can't really speak for long term because I'm only seeing stuff now. I've known about her, but I've never watched her to like actually see her behaviors and her personality. Her disease is basically an attention-seeking disease. Every comment that reinforces her image of what she wants to obtain. So I don't know if I'm understanding what you mean by that comment. Because sometimes it is an attention-seeking illness. However, there are situations where it's not done for attention, if that makes sense. And I don't know Eugenia's story. So I've said in other videos, I'm sure you guys are aware, I've worked in child protection. So I have dealt with children who have EDs. And if it's not for an attention-seeking reason, it's typically to control something over their life because they were either abused, abandoned, or neglected as a child. So I don't know if I'm misreading that, but I do agree with, the other parts of this, that her comments are validating her behavior. I agree with that. That does seem to be happening. A developmental disorder? She might have a developmental disorder. I'm not sure. I don't know how your message got deleted, Melly Lynn. I don't know how that happened. I don't have any mods or anything. It's only me. So I'm not sure how that happened. I don't even know how to put a mod on here. Like I said at the beginning, I'm super new to this and I have no idea how any of this is going on. Maybe you used a curse word. I'm not sure, which I wouldn't care. I mean, I don't care what anybody puts on here. I'm sure you can tell by my other comments, I'm not like that. I could care less. I have a very thick skin. I've been through enough in my life. Some YouTube comments aren't going to affect me. Yeah, it is horrible, Amber Chip. Yeah, it is. I can't wrap my head around it. And I've watched so many commentators and people who've brought this to light. I watched like 6 or 7 different people last night who've covered this topic, and in no way have I found it to be excusable in any way. If anything, the more videos I watched, the more upset I got with Eugenia about mods. If you're coming in about her mod situation, not about so hard talking about her, even though that needs to be addressed. Like, that's a serious issue. It needs to be addressed, but it's hard to talk about her when people may be coming in and leaving and may misinterpret what I'm talking about. Yeah, you're right, Amber. It is proven that EDs can actually affect your mental capacity and how your brain is wired and how you think. And I try to keep that in mind, but some of it just seems to be a maturity issue. And it could be because there's allegations that, she is very heavily monitored by her parents. Yeah, the 5150 stuff. So where I'm from, it's totally, I don't know the process. It's called Baker Act where I am from. And I don't want to say it's hard to get Baker Acted, but it is not easy. Like, you have to have a certain mentality to actually be professionally put into a psychiatric hold. It's not, and that's what a 5150 is. I'm pretty sure it's the same as a Baker Act where you're put into a psychiatric not like a mental institution, but you are put into a hospital that has psychiatrists for you to work through whatever issues you have going on. It's okay, Melly Lynn. If you want to talk about Karen, we can. I mean, I've tried to maintain pretty neutral in some of my videos about her, but I am just so done. Hey, Britt. I know, I finally made one. I had to get ready, and here I am like 30 minutes in and don't even have anything completed. It's a little bit more challenging. I honestly, what I thought was going to happen was I thought nobody was going to come in and I was going to get ready and just like film a normal video and then post it. But that didn't happen. I'm super happy. This is really cool. I understand why people like to live stream. I was super nervous when I first turned this on, especially because if you're coming in, I'm doing this off of a laptop. So if the audio, the visual, if anything's super crappy, I'm sorry. I'm working on it until I'm verified. I can't do it from my phone or have like my camera. I finally got a camera and I can't figure it out. I'm super challenged in this stuff. And I agree with your comment before, Melly Lynn, about Eugenia, that it is real, but it can be, it does get people's attention. It gets people's attention because it's a visual thing. Like you can visually see she's ill. Oh, thanks for letting me know that they're okay. I'm using my husband's gaming laptop, and he's not happy about it. But mine is really old, and my audio, like I said a couple of videos ago, I'm going to try and continue doing my makeup. My audio is not working on that laptop. I don't know what happened. It's really old, so that could very well be why. But yeah, I just don't really know how to excuse Eugenia's behavior with her mods. That's really what it boils down to. The stuff about, there's been some updates with Sophie. This sounds really terrible, but I haven't watched all those videos to actually know 100% what's going on. I did see that she is back with her, an exchange did happen is what I had seen, but I haven't watched it all the way through to really be able to provide any information about that. I hope the best comes out of that situation. I hope. It's so hard. It really is hard to talk about stuff dealing with children and being abused and neglected. I have personally dealt with it, and I have professionally worked with it, so it's a little bit probably easier for me to see that kind of stuff, but it's hard when it's like it's done so publicly. And I totally understand why the dad potentially felt he had to resort to using social media. But I don't know. That's just it's so sad. I am happy, though. I think I fall on the other side of most people. I am happy there are multiple agencies involved, because with that, although the system is flawed, and I'm totally aware of that, it is less likely that she is going to fall through the cracks with so many people involved in it being publicized to the point it has been. They kind of, like the courts and CPS and their lawyers, really have nothing. If they mess up, the whole world's going to know that they messed up, which stinks. But in a way, I'm kind of happy that happened to ensure like the proper procedures and protocols are done for Sophie's safety. Because at the end of the day, a child's safety is all we should really care about. It shouldn't be. And if you're covering the story, like I said in, I think, my last video, if you're covering this heavy and this serious of a situation, you need to be sure you're careful on how you discuss it. because you can make mistakes like Karen did and end up having so many people against you because you chose to say things in an inappropriate manner. If she truly thinks, I can understand the message she was getting, what she was trying to get across, because I have worked those kind of situations before. However, her delivery was awful. And she suffered those consequences. So, which if you don't follow me on Twitter, a lot of people don't follow me on Twitter because I don't post my other social medias. I did get blocked by her from that video. If you saw it, at the end of it, I kind of showed a little bit more of my snarky personality, which, I mean, I was doing that to be funny. I'm not a snarky person. I'm just very brutal and honest in my real life. And in my videos, I try my best to curb that because some people will take it the wrong way. Oh, I know she deleted everything. I have all of the tweets from when that was going on. I screenshotted all of them, even though I don't put receipts in my videos. I did that in case anybody who saw my video who didn't get those and might want them, I put that in there, like reach out to me because I'll give them to you. I have that whole situation, which is probably why she ended up blocking me. And because I was liking other tweets, I was liking tweets from some people who she really doesn't like, but I haven't been a fan of Katie's pretty much after the Micah stuff, like almost immediately. I know Britt's talked about it. A lot of people have talked about it. Like, she gained a lot of traction from her Micah Stauffer videos. And I can say I gained a good bit of my viewers from the video because I made one. And that was like my second or third video I've ever made was on that situation. So, and I got so many views on that. I think the last time I knew it was like 20 or 25. Sorry, I usually pull out all my makeup and I didn't today, so I'm having to like pull in my drawers. So if my video did that well, obviously her who has more subscribers, her video would have done better. So she got pushed out into the algorithm more. And I have a dog hair, sorry. She got pushed out into the algorithm, so more people were able to see her, which is fine. That's how YouTube works. But shortly after, she continued to make all of these dumb mistakes. I found her after that Micah video, and I actually enjoyed her content from on that stuff. I'm not the type of person typically, unless it's something I'm interested, to go back and watch her old content. When I found Britt, I don't know if your name's actually Brittany. When I found Britt, I did go back because if you can't tell, although my channel is not surrounded around makeup, I enjoy makeup. It's one of the things I do all the time. So I went back and watched her recommendations and like her videos and stuff. But if it's on stuff I'm not interested in, like old tea or like the Duggar stuff, I don't want to watch it. So I didn't go back and watch her old content. Yeah, she is a disaster of a person. Yeah, no, she's her snarky upfront thoughts. She tried to soften the blow and yeah, she's not snarky. So I think she needs to learn what that word means, because being rude and then trying to just smile through it does not make you snarky. I don't understand why some of her followers and whatever you want to call them, I don't know why her followers think it's cute. How old is she? I think she's older than me. She's like 40 or something like that. I think she is. And she wants to be snarky. Why not call a spade and say that you're being a bitch? Like, I own up to it when I'm a bitch. Like, what's wrong with that? We're human. We have emotions. We get upset. We get defensive. Like, call it what it is. Don't try and say, oh, you're just snarky because you want to be mean to somebody. I don't like that. Oh. I don't know. I believe you that she has 100 videos on the Duggars. I feel like almost every video she makes includes them. I am still like keeping up to date on her because I knew stuff like what happened with Sophie was going to continue to happen with her. And if I wasn't keeping up to date with her, I wouldn't have known all that had happened. And I understand people, and I know Britt Glow takes the stance of she just doesn't want to support her. I totally understand that. But being as I've put myself out there and I've commented on her and her behaviors, I almost find that it is my responsibility moving forward to make sure I'm informed. I like to be, unlike her, unlike Karen, I like to be informed before I get on the internet and decide to talk about things because I don't want to sound like an idiot. And she sounds like an idiot a lot of times when she talks about stuff she doesn't know anything about. Her followers are delusional. I agree. Oh, you must be new here. I haven't seen that one. I stopped getting into her lives after the one right before Sophie. I didn't actually see that live. I saw the clip that was it? Who posted that clip? Might have been Mysterious T. It might not have. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember. But I saw somebody posted that. It may have been Little Red even. I can't remember. I saw somebody posted that clip and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like the second I saw where she said that that little girl was bratty, and then I went to her Twitter. That's when I went to her Twitter and I started screenshotting absolutely everything. I was so mad. I'm surprised I didn't hop on and make like a vicious video. I was so mad because she has, I kind of ranted about this in one of my videos, but since we're on the topic, I'm just going to go with it. What makes me the most mad, not only is her talking about stuff she probably doesn't know anything about, but she claims she knows everything about, is not just that. It's the fact that she, just a few months ago, and even since then, got to keep that in mind, she was claiming how she is a survivor. And I'm not saying she's not a survivor. However, if you are a survivor and you were an adult when that happened, which is what she has kind of alluded to, how could you possibly sit there and say that you don't believe a 9-year-old? And then she wanted to say, well, kids lie. Kids do not lie about being abused sexually. That never happens when they're that age. I have worked in the profession. There was only one time I have known, and it wasn't even something I worked or when I was in the career field I have to be careful about that. It wasn't while I was there. It was like an older case that had happened. Typically, when children are going to lie about stuff like that, it's older. It's not when they're 9 years old. Like, get the hell over yourself. What is wrong with you? I just can't. That makes me so mad. I could sit here and like discuss just that alone forever because it's just asinine. She does want it to be her thing. She wants to be the new, like, you can tell all she cares about is like, she wants to sit there and judge Micah Stauffer for just wanting to, which she is a POS. Don't get this wrong, but she wants to sit there and judge Micah Stauffer for just wanting to be famous and wanting to make money. Well, sweetheart, she is doing the same thing. She's just not exploiting an adopted Chinese boy. She's doing the exact same thing. Anybody who talks about her, anybody who has anything partially negative to say about her, she's off the ropes. I mean, how old are you? Like, she has no, like, she does not have the personality or the skin to deal with the hate that she is going to get. She doesn't. It was devastating. I know a lot of people feel that way. I can personally, I mean, I'm putting myself out there, but although I was abused and neglected as a child, I did not experience any of that kind of abuse. So I can't imagine, because what I experienced was more neglect than anything. And it's something I struggle with. And I talk about that in my other videos that I have not related to commentary. So I just don't understand how, if she has experienced something so traumatic, how she is just okay with getting on a platform to allegedly 120,000 people and saying, oh, she's a liar, she's bratty. No, you're a liar and you're bratty. Like, legit, she is. I don't understand. I just can't. Like, she frustrates me. I think she frustrates anybody who can see through her BS. Instantly get frustrated, especially the longer that you watch her and you watch her hypocrisies and you watch all of this stuff happen. You can't help but just get more and more aggravated. Like, I understand why BX Beast Boy felt the need that he had to continue making videos, because I struggle with that, but I don't want to ever, my channel is not to bring somebody down. And although I don't think she needs to be brought down, I think she needs a reality check. Like, honestly, I do. And I think a lot of people feel that way. Like, inherently, I don't think there's anything wrong with Katie. Like, I don't like her personality, but that's a personal issue. Like, I understand why maybe some people enjoy her and enjoy her content. However, it's how she delivers some of the stuff she talks about is so inappropriate and so out of left field, and people can see through it and see that she is only doing it for the money. And that's a problem. Like, even if you are getting on YouTube or you're starting your own brand, if you make it evident that all you care about is the money, like, you are not going to thrive. And that's honestly what's going to end up happening to her. She is going to start losing people because they're going to continue to see through that. Thank you, Marie Jean. I appreciate that. Yes, that's why I got on live. It's because I made 1,000, but I didn't think anybody would be here. So I was going to just try and make this a normal video, but it's turned out to be so much more entertaining and fun than that. Yeah, I'm just, if you're still here, Marie, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to rewatch some of this to see if I leave it up, though, because I don't want some things I said about Eugenia to be misconstrued. So I want to make sure it is clear on what I'm talking about. I don't know. So, I mean, I really don't want to, like, just make my videos about Karen, but I know it's something that a lot of people want to know about, because her and Unirock bully everybody who talks about them. Like, straight up, they bully everybody who provides any kind of criticism to her. I appreciate that, Marie. You know, I'm trying. I'm constantly trying. If you guys ever see anything or you disagree with me, please feel comfortable to, like, say something to me about it. Or if there's ever anything you want me to talk about, or like an area of something you want me to like focus on, just let me know. Oh, thanks, Jay. Yeah, I know a lot of people are still dealing with, like, lockdowns and, you know, working from home. My husband and I don't have that luxury. Not that it is a luxury. That was a poor choice of words. My husband's military, so he has to work, and my work is within the community and could be considered as a first responder. So I've been back at the office. I mean, we were out of the office when it initially was declared a pandemic for like 3 weeks. And I wasn't doing YouTube at that time. So I've been working normal hours at an office pretty much through the whole thing. So, which is scary. It is very scary. Luckily, where I'm at, though, it hasn't really skyrocketed. Like, yeah, there's cases here, like there's cases everywhere, but it hasn't really skyrocketed. So I'm grateful for that. And we have precautions in place for the people that we serve in the community to ensure our safety and their safety. So we're doing everything we can. Just unfortunately, some working positions, you kind of just have to take the risk, like nurses and doctors and law enforcement, all of that stuff. It's crazy. But I appreciate your support. I really appreciate all of you. Like I said at the beginning, I know some people are coming and going. I never thought I would even ever get over 50 people, and I can contribute. I think a lot of it has to do with, like, I happened to get on and be making content that was related to the stuff with the Stoffers. And then I know a lot of my newer subscribers have come from my discussion of Katie and her ongoing antics. So I appreciate everybody, though. It means a lot that people are that interested to what I have to say or what I have to offer about stuff. Thanks, Melody. Yeah, I will. Melanie, there's not a D. I'm sorry. Oh, thanks, Jay. Yeah, I know some people are, though. And I struggled, like, so I don't know. I'm sure you guys have seen most of my videos. If not, I'm going to recap some stuff. So I started my channel to tell my story of growing up in foster care and being adopted, because I had recently moved due to my husband's job, and I've been working since I've been here, but it's not really in the area I prefer to work in. I prefer to work in child welfare, and that's okay. Like, I've come to terms with that. I do like my job. It's just not where my sole passion is. So I was struggling, and I was talking to my mom, and I was talking to my husband, and I was like, what if a position existed where I could just go be some kind of speaker, or like just tell my story? And like, we couldn't think of any. I started like Googling it, and I couldn't find anything. I was like, I watch YouTube all the time. Like, the next best thing is just to get my voice out there, get my story out there, hope it can help somebody. And I think I had uploaded maybe 1 or 2 videos, and then the Stoffer stuff happened. And the second I watched their video, I was so livid. I didn't even give myself a second time to think. I just came in, I was using my phone. I turned my phone on, and I just started talking. I just started talking from my heart. Like, I was so mad, and I'm still so mad about that situation. It is further stigmatizing the adoptee community, and she definitely traumatized that child. And it made me really mad. So I got on, and I gained traction from that. And then I kind of steadied out, which my family knew about my YouTube channel. So they were watching it, and they all started texting me because they were like, how do you have a video that's got this many views? And I was like, because they're famous people almost. Like, that's how. It was crazy, though. I never thought that many, whether they subscribed or not, like, I never thought that many people would ever view any of my content. And I just started getting into commentary from there. Like, people enjoyed what I had to say. And, I do watch YouTube regularly. So I have, my own opinions about situations going on. So I struggled for a little bit on if I should separate my channels out, and maybe in time I will separate my channels out. It does seem a little bit weird to have my story and then be talking about like some drama and whatever you want to call it. But for right now, I'm going to keep it all in one place. I think maybe breaking it out into playlists has helped so people can find the kind of content they want to watch. You guys could let me know if that's helped you guys. It's kind of interesting, like having the live and like actually seeing you guys talk. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of been one of those people when you have these bigger YouTubers and they have, you know, obviously if you have a lot of people in your chat, I understand not being able to read everything, but it is kind of hard. Like once you get in a thought, you want to get your thought out before you read the comments just to make sure, because I'm one of those people, I can multitask in some ways, but when it comes to reading and talking, I can't. Same thing with typing. When I'm at work, if somebody comes and asks me a question, they know that they have to wait until I'm finished with my sentence. Otherwise, I'm going to start typing what I'm saying. So that's why it's been kind of hard. But you know, that also brings me, not that I want to continue to ramble about Katie, but what it is like I have been able to keep up with you guys, and I understand I only have a couple of people commenting. Like, I'm not stupid, but she should be able to watch her comments and not only focus on the people who are tipping her. And she did. Oh my God, did you guys see? Only because I've ranted about her before, I'm going to mention this because it really pissed me off. Did you guys see where she did a live and it was a Q&A, and she specifically said in the beginning that she was going to be primarily focusing on people who donated to her so she could see their questions better? I was so crazy. Like when she said that, I was like, are you kidding me? How are your followers like this foolish that they don't see what you're doing? Okay, Amber, I'm glad you saw it, because I was like, I can't even think of some words that I want to use whenever I'm talking about her and her situations. Like they just I can't. And really, I think that's what frustrates me the most is I don't understand how people can't see through it. Like, if you don't care, if you see it and you don't care, like, okay, I would much more respect you for that than saying that you don't see where not all of our, but people who do have criticisms and things to say about her, we would respect your opinion more if you would just be honest and say, yeah, I see through it, but I don't care. I like her and I want to watch her. I would much more respect that than people like continue to go on the bandwagon of, what are you talking? She's so nice, but she can be smart. She's not nice. I don't see where people think she's nice. Maybe that's just me. Like, I did watch her and I didn't have a problem with her content. And I've said this before. Now I have issues with her content, but in the beginning, I did not have issues with her content. It was her personality. That's what I struggled with. And then I've started to become aware of her poor representation of things and just spewing things off. Like when she talked about that Facebook group, I was still regularly watching Katie when I made that. And I meant, oh, thanks. I'm glad I look cute, chubby. I think I look pretty all right too. I appreciate that. Yeah, so I just can't stand how her subs aren't just through that. I wouldn't pay to tell her what she needs to hear, much less ask her a stupid. Thank you, Melanie. I've never ever thought even when she did her Micah videos, I understand it could be a personality thing, like that is just her personality. But I mean, she's like, I don't want to be mean. That was going to be a mean comment. Like for me, watching her videos is like watching paint dry. Well, you are very young. I'm quite a bit older than you. So watching, like, I don't know, like, I know I can be monotone sometimes, but I feel like she's only monotone. Like, she stays on one level, or she talks to that child, that little like baby voice. I don't know why she does that. And it's not just her. A lot of YouTubers do that. I don't know why they do. Maybe it's a nervous thing, but I don't know. I don't know. I try not to hyper analyze her, but it's kind of hard at this point not to. That's why I kind of stopped watching her. Like, I wasn't watching everything that she was posting for like the last week or two, and then the stuff with Sophie happened, and I started watching. And then I know she posted a video about like a super fundamentalist church. I have yet to see that. I have seen some comments and some things be said about that though, and she was not very respectable to the people like telling her they disagree and that she maybe is spreading misinformation. I think that was on Instagram or Twitter. I saw somebody had screenshotted a comment they left her saying that she grew up super religious, and that, you know, I guess it was maybe the same religion. I don't know for sure, but they were kind of saying like, I grew up that in religion and my family's not like that. And then Katie like really snapped back at her, telling her like not to put words in her mouth or something along those lines. And I don't know why she does that. And I don't think that's just a her thing. Like, Jeffree Star does it too. And I think everybody does that. And like, to some extent, everybody's going to snap back. But I kind of get the impression from her, like, she is trying to copy very large YouTubers and see what works for her. And, you know, she gets attention from being a little bit nasty. And I don't know if that's what she wants to portray or if that's how she actually is. I don't know. But I don't think a lot of people are a fan of that. I did not watch any of her videos about Brittany and Baby. Isn't that the mom that like issues with her and Sloan happened? Could you let me know, Melanie? Is that the same YouTuber? Okay, so no, I didn't watch that. I did watch Sloan's video, and I'm not familiar with that family channel or that mom channel. But what I found interesting was, I know she gave Sloan a hard time and like she defended that mom. And then like part of her hypocrisy is she does stuff like that. Like, she will defend somebody and then she will later do something against what she defended, because she was then talking about one of the Duggars. No, I've not blocked anybody. She was talking about, I think it was one of the families that she covers, like actual like celebrity families that she covers. She was talking about their pregnancy and being judgmental about that. And I was like, well, you are just the largest hypocrite, because you want to sit there and get on to Sloan about talking about this particular YouTuber, and then you are going to talk about a celebrity's pregnancy and be judgmental about it. Like, does she not see why people say she's a hypocrite? It's for stuff like that. Yeah, she is a hypocrite, and she also lies about stuff. And I don't know why YouTubers do that. Like, for no reason. I don't understand. I would like to know what their reason is for lying, to be honest. Like, I would like to have that conversation with them. Like her stuff with BX Beast Boy. She lied about that. With or without the tweets, like she lied about that scenario. I don't know who Leah Marie Johnson is, But I do love Sloan. I've talked to him a little bit here and there, and I mean, not in any kind of context, like really behind the scenes, but I've talked to him on his live streams and stuff like that. I think he has a very large passion for his YouTube channel and like what he's trying to get out there, and I really respect that. I don't agree with him on everything. Like on some parts, I don't agree with everything, but for the most part, his view is very similar to mine. And he is very more tactful in how he discusses some things than how I would be. I can't do what he does. Like, I can't go searching for YouTube or like family channels to talk about. I just can't do that. I'm more or less like, if something is affecting me personally, like the Sophie story touches me, the Micah Stauffer situation, that touches me personally. I don't want to be somebody coming on here, and not that he is coming to judge, but I don't want to like go out of my way unless it's something you guys want to talk about. I hope that makes sense. Like, I've got no problem talking about anybody or providing my opinion on any situation, but I don't want to start looking for stuff to talk about, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to start having to, I feel like that's when people run into issues with like fabricating stuff because they're too busy like looking for stuff to report on. You know, so. All right. Yeah. You're starting to be a little bit annoying. So I did figure out how to block him. Sorry. Sorry, Jay, or anybody else that he was bothering. I saw him keep posting, but I thought he was going to stop, and he didn't. So he's gone. First time I've ever done that. Yeah, you know, but I think some people like just troll through like YouTube or Facebook or whatever it is, looking for people who are live just to scam, the chat and get attention and stuff like that. So I was going to let him do his thing, but you know, 5 messages in a row, not that I have a whole lot of people in here, but if it's kind of bothering me, I'm sure it's bothering you guys. So is there anybody else or anything else I haven't really talked about that you guys want to ask me while I'm here? I've already been on for about an hour, so I think I'm going to start wrapping it up here shortly. I'm sure my husband has figured out what we're doing at this point. Hopefully. We're both really indecisive people, so we don't know what to do with ourselves on long weekends. Do I like true crime? Yes, I do. So I binge watch like ID, investigative discovery. I binge watch that kind of stuff. And that sounds really weird, but I think it's becoming more normal now to not to like be interested in stuff like that. But I find it fascinating. And a lot of it is just because I like to know like the motives that people have and like what's pushed them to such extremes. I'm a social work major, so like I'm really interested in like mental health, personality disorders, things of that nature. And I feel like true crime, you can get a lot from. ID is the best. It's bad because I will binge watch it for hours. Do I have an opinion on the Dad Challenge podcast channel? So yes, I do. And I enjoy Josh. I understand people live streaming and stuff like that. I haven't ever really, I've gone into a couple of his lives and I don't understand them. And I think that's probably because I'm just coming and going. I don't just like stay in them. I can't. He live streams for a long time. I enjoy his message. I feel like him and Sloan have very similar like messages when it comes to family channels and like protecting children. If you can't tell, like I'm a huge advocate for protecting kids. So when they discuss stories and like call people out, it really is inspirational to me as a smaller channel to feel comfortable in doing that. So I really appreciate him in that aspect. I haven't seen anything bad about him. So I don't think he's problematic. You know, yeah, you're more interested in why they did something than what they did. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of where I go when I watch like true crime and stuff, is I want to know what's built up. What kind of issues did that person have leading up to actually committing a heinous crime? I hope that answers your question, Melanie. Like, I enjoy Josh. I've talked to Josh. He actually is the one who helped me with like the lighting. My lighting got better. I asked him because he's said, you know, he offered in one of his channels that if anybody had any questions, he'd be willing. So I did. I sent him a DM and I was like, hey, I'm new to this. I have no idea what I'm doing. What do you what do you recommend? And he recommended a couple of things, both like for quality and for editing, but you guys all know my editing issue. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Okay. No, I don't mind Melanie having multiple topics go on, but yeah, he does do a really good job with his videos. I like that he appears to be unfiltered for the most part. I think he filters out probably some language, as do I. Like, if you guys saw me not on the internet, like I know I've cussed in some of my videos, but I struggle with having clean language when I'm not at work. So I think he filters stuff like that out, but overall, like his actual opinion and what he's actually trying to get across, I feel like comes out. And I found him with the Micah stuff as well. I found him and Sloan both through the Micah stuff. But after I found out, I had already subscribed to one of his other channel, his main channel. I had already subscribed to his channel. Sloan's Not Dad Challenge. I'm subscribed to both of them now, and I try to watch all of their content. I know Sloan's really heavy into the Free Britney movement. I'm not educated enough about that to talk about it, and I've watched his videos, so I kind of know what's going on. I don't know how I feel about it, so I don't really talk about that or watch those videos. But I watch all of his other stuff, and I try to make sure I'm supportive in any way I can be. Yeah, I've seen that a lot, Melly Lynn. I've seen a lot of people have issue with how she says that she investigates stuff and she doesn't. I kind of got that, and like I was fooled. I'm not gonna lie. Like I just said, I'm transparent with you guys. I don't see a reason to lie. I was fooled with her ability to tell stuff in the beginning. Like when she covered that Facebook group, that's when I really started to pick up on it. I was like, wow, like she's bringing awareness to this. That's wonderful, because stuff like that happens all the time. Like you're foolish if you don't think that that stuff is going on a regular basis. Because it does, and it's disgusting. But I was like, wow, a larger YouTuber is finally bringing awareness to some of this stuff. Like, how awesome is that? And then I actually like listened to her terminology, and it was so off. and so like wrong. And I DM'd her about it. And I said, you know, hey, I'm giving you a heads up. Like, I'm going to make a video correcting the words that you used in that video because it's misleading. And she kind of got a little bit defensive. It could just be me reading into it too much, but she was like, I was just using terminology that they were using. Okay, well, if that was your point, to use terminology they were using, you should have clarified and provided the actual definition and what those things actually meant. I do not think she understands the difference between guardianship and power of attorney, or temporary guardianship or parental rights. She made that mistake with the Sophie stuff. She totally misspoke when she said that the dad was losing his parental rights. Like, you're a moron. He was not losing his custody, and parental rights are different. They are 100% different. It's very hard to lose your parental rights, and to insinuate that that was going to happen to that individual who is still trying to defend his daughter, you're gross. Like, really, that's all I have to say. Like, that's super gross behavior. Are you talking about Micah when she said she talked to the neighbor? So like I said, the way that she delivers, it's not the information that she's providing that's the issue. It's the way she delivers it. She is super misleading in how she talks about stuff. Like, she makes people think she's the one who's doing all this work. She doesn't credit people, which I found hilarious. So we're back on Katie. I hate that this is happening again, but whatever. I'm just going to go with it. So did you guys see, like, I made a video about her and Angelica Oles when all of the Sanders Kennedy stuff happened. I made a video about that because Angelica kind of mentioned the situation and mentioned her past history with Katie and how Katie had copyright striked. Was it copyright, or she struck her channel? And Angelica was trying to work something out with her, being as they were both new to YouTube. Katie denied working with her and then defended her decision and then went off on this childish tangent. She has since said that, like, she is now arguing the opposing position she said with that 90-day fiance issue. She was complaining, I almost said a different word. She was complaining that she was complaining about the fact that they struck her channel, but that she was trying to work something out with them, and she was upset that they wouldn't work out with them. My mind is like blown. Like, does she seriously, I don't know what just happened with the color, the lighting. Does she seriously not, like, she lie so much and contradict herself so much that she can't understand that that's what she's doing on, like, a daily basis at this point? It is karma. But when I saw her talking about that, I think I clicked on the video while it was, like, premiering, or maybe it was a live, and I was in on that part, and I rolled my eyes. I was like, are you kidding? And then I exited the video. I was like, I don't even care. Like, you're such a hypocrite. And then you have people like Uni and that other Kyle who are just going to defend you, probably because you're paying them. And I know for a fact you're paying them, because I was in Uni's whole live and I screenshotted all the tips you sent him and all the tips your husband sent and all the things you said. Although I don't put receipts in my videos, I have receipts, believe it or not. Like, I don't know how to edit, and I don't think it does anything for my videos anyways, because I like to talk about my opinion. Yes, you're right, Amber. With Katie, it is, if she does it, it's okay. If somebody else does it, it's wrong. 100%. That's how she handles everything. I don't understand why they defend her situation either. And, like, I've openly questioned that. Like, why are they feeling like they have to come to her? Like, is it a situation where they're talking about it behind the scenes and she's upset and they feel that they need to defend her. Is she asking them to defend her? I want to know what's really happened with the BX Beast Boy stuff, because he was going hardcore. And then since that live, he talked about him a little bit. And then he said, I got really busy in the last week and a half, and I haven't really been watching everybody like I had been. And I think something happened to where he wants to like revamp his channel and not do collabs and just focus on him and his following, which is 100% fine. But I want to know if something happened there. Yeah, like I don't understand why they defend her point to point. It makes them just look foolish. And if we really want to talk about Uni, like that was his only live I really watched when I first got into watching Katie, and then I stopped following her. And I think it was one of my first videos I made about her. Some people were leaving in my comment section like how Katie's a questionable individual, and like they weren't trying to convince me by any means, but they were just saying, hey, did you know about this? Did you know about that? And then I saw that and somebody mentioned Uni, and so I went to his page and I opened it, and like I started watching one of his videos or live streams, and then he's got that character, that Buzzy character, and all he talks about is him being on crack. I don't care how old your audience is, like what's wrong with you? That's not funny. To me, it's not funny. Maybe some people find it funny, but it's not funny to me. It's disgusting, and you're encouraging drug use, and that's just why are you doing that? No matter how old your audience is, you shouldn't be encouraging people to use substances. Like, and she thinks it's cool to surround herself with people like that. That kind of shows the kind of individual you are, like, in my opinion. I was super grossed out by that. Yeah, they did go after Brittany, or Britt. I keep saying Brittany on accident. They did go after Britt, and they went after Vicky from Eyeshadow Island. And I DM'd both of them while I was in the stream, and I saw it happen. I let them know what was going on, and that it was up to them if they wanted to watch it. But I told them what was being said, because they had a right to know. Like, they are smaller creators by quite a bit compared to them. And you have all of these larger creators going after two people who are providing their opinion. Like, those weren't even like, they could be critiques of Katie's, but they were providing their opinion. You cannot say that somebody's opinion is incorrect. You just can't. That is somebody's opinion. It's not facts. Like, if they were trying to say it was a factual thing, then yeah, you could argue it. But they don't. That's not their videos. That's not how they. It was disgusting. And, you know, multiple people have called them out. It's unfortunate that, you know, all of the people who are trying to stand up against these individuals are like smaller creators, and we can't get a bigger creator to look into this stuff and like support us. Well, they were saying some things that were like totally irrelevant. And Uni even acknowledged, you know, before they watched Eyeshadow Island, like he tried to insinuate stuff was wrong with her and said, don't judge her because she has a speech impediment. Like, why did you even acknowledge that? Like, why did you feel it was necessary for you to say something like that when all Kyle was doing the whole time was talking shit about looks and what they were actually doing? He provided zero commentary on what they were actually saying. Not to mention, they broke up everything, and they never let. They wanted to say that they wanted to review it and see what people's argument actually were. Well, then you should have sat through the whole video rather than splicing it to fit your narrative, because that's what you guys do. You just want to perpetuate your narrative. I did not see any of that happen, but that makes sense. When did she bash him for talking about a female creator? Or was she talking about herself? Or was I'm confused. But like I said, I haven't been up to date for the last couple of weeks. So I know something's going on there. I just don't know what. And I can't, he doesn't answer DMs. I don't want to email him about something like that. Like, I've talked to him before and told him I was supportive of him. And I've been in his lives, but that bothers me. I don't understand this culture on, and not even just them. What else is new? She always goes on live and makes an ass of herself to her followers, and then she deletes it. So anybody who actually would be able to argue her can't. Like, that's kind of questionable behavior in itself. If you are going to make something like this video is 100, wow. It's not even that late in the day. I haven't had any caffeine. I'm drinking a Yoo-hoo, so there's no caffeine. I've been on this live for like almost an hour and a half. I'm probably only going to stay on another 10 minutes. I will upload this. I might edit out some of the Eugenia Cooney stuff just in case it doesn't appear I'm talking about her mods. I don't want to end up in a scandal. I mean, if I do, I do. It's part of advice Katie needs to take, part of being on YouTube and putting yourself out for people to watch you and to judge you. Like, you are at risk of things being taken out of context and for people not liking you. I understand that. I think everybody who creates a platform understands that. It seems she struggles with that a little bit. So if anything could be taken out of context about when I was talking about Eugenia in a bad way, I'm probably going to edit that out. And hopefully I can upload this stream. It's a long stream. It's longer than any videos I've ever posted. I also don't know how to do that. So we'll see once I end this if it lets me publish it. She talks about BX in all of her lives, I feel like. Maybe not recently, but as of like a week and a half ago, she was still shading him. And I found it hilarious that she was on either a live or a video and she was like, oh, I don't watch what people say about me. And then she was commenting about the towel, how she rubs her nose in her towel, or that Vicky pointed out. And she was not in Uni's live when that part of the video was talked about. She had left and was on her own live. So she didn't see that part, but she knew somebody had criticism about it because she watches people's videos. Okay, thank you, Melanie. As long as I can figure out how to post it after this, I will. I had to watch a YouTube video just to learn how to do live. So I might do it wrong. So if it doesn't show up, I didn't do it on purpose. So I have watched The Office. Like, I've watched all of The Office. However, I'm probably not going to be able to recall anything. Part of this is going to get serious for a second. So part of me experiencing trauma, I have memory issues, like not severe memory issues, but I cannot recall movies. I can't recall TV shows unless I had recently watched it. I probably won't be able to recall it. My husband and my sister-in-law also lives with us. So if they can do that banter back and forth where they're like quoting movies, I'm always left out, and they know. It doesn't bother me, but they'll be like, oh, don't you remember? I'm like, no, I don't. I did watch the movie, but I don't. And they have to like set it up for me to remember to get the joke. Most of the time I don't make them do that. I just let them have their inside little banters. Got about 6 more minutes and then I'm going to hop off. I don't know when my next live is going to be. hopefully my community tab will come in and I can actually like post it for you guys. If not, I will try to post it on my Instagram and my Twitter. If you want to follow me on those, you don't have to. I don't post anything. I just promote my videos, and I half the time forget to promote them on Instagram. It's the same handle as my YouTube handle, Amanda Pants Does Life. I know there's questions about my name. I was going to try and do some vlogging, and maybe eventually I will. I've just had so much stuff going on. I think everybody has had so much stuff going on, but there's been a lot of like heavy stuff going on in my personal life, like not with work, not with YouTube. So I haven't really been able to vlog. I might eventually, so I'm going to leave my name as it is, but that's just to clarify. My dad asked me that the other day. He was like, you haven't done any vlogs, and your channel says you do life. I'm like, well, you know, maybe one day I'll get there. So I did just want to, I guess, clarify that. Nobody is going to watch this replay this long. I can promise you that. Yeah. I can't remember a lot too, Melly Lynn, and I'm not sure if you're interested. If you are, I do have playlists of me telling my experience growing up in foster care and being adopted. And then I've continued that series with like things that still affect me because of those scenarios. And I talk a lot about memory being an issue. But it might be triggering to you if you've experienced some stuff. I sugarcoat a lot of it. But if you're interested, that is on my channel. And I'm sorry you struggle with that. I know how it feels. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I'm totally open about talking about that stuff. I just know it's hard to talk about those kind of things. And a lot of people on my channel, like most of my audience is on my channel because of my commentary, and I'm aware of that, and that's fine. And I've made it known in a lot of my more recent videos when I have gained subscribers to let them know, like, don't be weirded out if you see this other content, because I am going to continue creating that content. That is why I started my channel. I happen to fall into commentary and I really enjoy it. So I am going to continue doing it. But the main reason I started my channel was to be able to be that outlet or that person for people who maybe had experienced stuff to talk to and feel comfortable with talking to. I'm not licensed. I'm not a mental health professional, but I know how to get you resources if anybody starts talking to me about things that are outside of my control to assist with. I know how to get the correct resources in place for that individual. And just to actually like talk about that, or feel like you have someone else who maybe had been in something similar, I think it's helpful. All right, I've got 2 minutes left. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything? I've got to get on with my day. I think we're gonna go somewhere that takes a little bit of a drive to get there. No. All right, guys. Well, I really do appreciate everybody who was in the chat, came in the chat, who stayed with me. I don't know when I'm going to do another live. It might just pop up again. I don't know how long it takes for the channel to get reviewed. I will be uploading my second part of my ghost story probably tomorrow, haunted house story, whatever you want to call it. I'll be uploading that probably tomorrow or Monday. And it's a long weekend for me, so I might go live again either tomorrow or tomorrow is Monday. Wow, Amanda. Yeah, I will have the ghost story part up tomorrow. And then I might go live tomorrow. I don't know. It's not going to be a daily thing. I can tell you that right now, especially when I'm at, like during the work week. Otherwise, it'll be very late. It won't be during the day like this. It'll be later at night. But once I get the community tab, I will let you guys know when I'm going to go live. I might do like a weekly live and provide you guys as feedback if you're rewatching this. If I happen to be able to figure that out, let me know what time of day works for you guys, like earlier evening or later evening. I'm on Mountain Time, so keep that in mind when you're letting me know what kind of time zone you're in, so I can try and coordinate, or what kind of lives you want. If you want to just have chatty ones like this, or if you want them to be like get ready with me's, if you want just me to already be ready and to be sitting here with you guys, just let me know. I'm open to suggestion. I would prefer to have some suggestion. Otherwise, I'll probably just wing it like I did this one. But thank you guys so much. Like, really, from the bottom of my heart, I really, really appreciate all of you. I appreciate you giving me the time from your day to watch my videos, to subscribe to my channel. Like I said at the beginning, I never thought I would have made over 25 subscribers. So the fact that I have a little bit over 1,000 is just unbelievable. And I hope we can continue to grow as a community and have like an open forum space. That's really what I want, where everybody can feel comfortable with providing your side, whether it's agreeing or disagreeing, that you feel comfortable enough to share that. But with all of that being said, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or evening or night, whatever time of day it is where you are, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Oh.